Okay, I'm back, and I'm going to be working on the stem stitch. It's also called an outline stitch. Certainly, the stem stitch is what you would use to make the stems of these different these different branches. But it would also, if you wanted to outline this toadstool or mushroom, you would also use the same stitch. A stem stitch is designed so that it can make a curve. You can do a bit of a curve. Now let me say this. I'm going to tell you to keep your thread all going in one direction, but if you wanted to do something that has a definite two direction like this heart, you keep your thread on one side for one side of the heart and keep your thread on the other side for the other side. So you'll understand that better as we go along. But I'm doing the 6th row with this dark cranberry thread, and I'm going to start in, and I'm pulling it up from the back, anchoring it with the knot. Now then, what you do is you go out a little bit beyond the what you might do for a normal stitch. You take your hand through, and see I held my thread up above that as I pulled it through. Now I'm going to go back, not as far this time. Basically what you're doing is each time you're going a full step back, forward, and a half step back. And because where your needle is pulled through the thread, it sort of sculpts the thread in that area. Okay, I'm going kind of up and down, up and down. Now the next time, the next video, I'm going to do one of the stems of one of these little branches of flowers. Go full step forward, half step back, half step back. So you're not going all the way back to where the thread came through the fabric. You're only going half that far to where your last stitch ended. Keeping my thread always on the other side, and that keeps it in kind of a twisted, consistent, twisted kind of pattern. Okay, this time I'm not going to go all the way to the end of the row. I'm only going to go almost there, and I'm going to do the regular stitch. And this time I'm going to go out to the very end, go through the thread, go through the fabric, and then I'm going to turn the fabric over and do a knot to end that series of stitches. See how it has sort of a uniform, twisted kind of look to it? All right, now then, what I'm going to do, I turn my fabric over, and right here, I'm going to make a little tiny stitch, mostly into where the thread is, so that the stitch will not show on my design. I'm making a little tiny stitch, and I'm going to pull my needle through that thread. I'm going to do that twice. This time I'm going to do it through the knot itself, and that's going to end my stitch. I'm going to end this series of stitches. The thing with embroidery is you're constantly changing thread colors to create your design. Every time you end your work for any period of time and want to cut your thread Or maybe you're just running out of thread. All right, see that? I have a loop there. I'm not going to worry about it because it's knotted, but that is a loop. If it were anywhere else, I'd have to do something with that. But I've knotted it beyond it. Okay, now I've done that, and I'm going to be able to cut my thread. Now this particular stitch, this particular part of the design, I use 6 strands of fabric, and it makes a kind of, it could be a woolly worm almost. But next time I'm gonna separate the strands, and I'm gonna use 2 strands of thread, not fabric, 6 strands of floss or thread. And next time I'm going to use 2. So I'm going to be separating the thread, and I'm going to be making this stem stitch right here, showing you how that works. Okay, thank you.